In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 of my top tips to help you get the most out of your ShotScope V5 golf watch. Whether you're completely new to the V5 or have been using it for a while, the tips I'll share in this video will ensure that you are using your watch correctly and in the way that it has been designed to be used. If you get value from this video, then please do hit that like button, subscribe to support this channel, and drop any comments, questions, or your own ShotScope V5 tips in the comments area below. I've also got plenty of other ShotScope tutorials on this channel, so be sure to check those out after watching this one. Now let's jump straight into my first ShotScope V5 tip. Tip number 1, check for course updates before you play. Although your V5 comes preloaded with course maps for over 35,000 golf courses worldwide, that doesn't necessarily mean that the map for the course you're going to play is the most up-to-date one available. The ShotScope team regularly updates course maps if users have reported GPS issues, if Google imagery has changed, or if the course has been altered. The problem is that these updates are not automatically pushed to the V5 watch, and you won't be notified about pending updates via push notifications through the app or emails, even if you subscribe to the course that has been updated. Therefore, before you head to the golf course, it's a good idea to check that the map for the course you are going to play hasn't recently been updated, which actually happens a lot more often than most users think. To check for course mapping updates, open the ShotScope mobile app, connect your V5 via Bluetooth, and tap Courses. Next, search for the course you are going to play and choose Subscribe. If you see a red exclamation mark next to that course, then an update is available. So be sure to update and synchronize this course map with your watch. Subscribing to a course will add this course to your course list, meaning that you won't have to search for it each and every time you want to check to see if an update is available. Finally, if you've noticed any GPS distance issues when playing your home course, or it has recently been altered and could do with being updated, you can email support@shotscope.com with the course name, address, and details of any changes or issues you've experienced, and the ShotScope team will look to remap it as soon as possible. Tip number 2, pause tracking before you start your round. Your ShotScope V5 should be able to obtain a GPS connection at the golf course in around 30 seconds. However, many users still initiate a round several minutes before heading to the first tee, just in case there happens to be any delay. Whilst it's good to be prepared, this does mean that shots might be recorded for balls hit into the practice net, chip shots on the short game area, or putts on the practice green before you've actually started your round. These extra shots will then need to be removed manually during the editing process after you finish playing. Thankfully, the V5 has a handy pause tracking feature which can be activated before hitting any warm-up shots to ensure that these shots are not tracked. Just remember though, if you are using this feature, then you'll need to unpause tracking before you hit your opening tee shot, or this shot and any subsequent shots taken whilst paused will not be tracked. The pause feature is also useful if you are playing with more than one ball or fancy doing a little bit extra chipping or putting whilst waiting for the group ahead to tee off. If you're interested in learning how to access and use the pause tracking option, then I cover this and pretty much every other setting found on the V5 in my ShotScope V5 full tutorial video, which you can access using the link in the card above or in the description below. Tip number 3. Always take at least one practice swing before playing your shot. The ShotScope V5 automatically tracks each shot using technology built into the strap without the buckle and the tags screwed into each grip. In my experience, the V5 generally does an excellent job of automatically tracking each shot, with only the odd shot missed here and there. For those of you who have a little bit less luck when it comes to shot tracking, the good news is that there are some simple steps that you can follow to help improve your shot tracking success rate with the V5. Firstly, always wear the watch on your lead wrist. So for right-handed golfers, this should be your left wrist, and for left-handed golfers, your right. It's a good idea to check that you've also chosen the correct wrist within the settings menu of the ShotScope mobile app. Secondly, ensure the club tracking tag is always within 6 to 10 centimeters of the strap when you take your grip and address the ball. If you find the gap between the two is too large, try wearing the watch a little bit further down your wrist, or perhaps gripping the club slightly further down the grip. Thirdly, and something that many users who experience shot tracking issues fail to do, is to take practice swings. ShotScope recommends users take at least 1 or preferably 2 practice swings before addressing the ball. You see, even though it doesn't seem like it, the V5 actually goes to sleep between shots to help preserve its battery life. If you simply walk up and hit your ball without taking any practice swings, then you're probably not giving the device enough time to wake up and track that shot. So next time you head to the golf course with your V5, be sure to take at least 1 practice swing before you hit each shot. Tip number 4, check that your club tags are working correctly. If you suspect there may be an issue with one of your club tracking tags not working correctly, there's actually a handy feature built into the V5 settings menu which allows you to test them. In general watch mode, all you need to do is head into the settings menu and choose tag read, and then hover the tag over the strap without the buckle. The club tag ID should be displayed on screen if the tag and watch strap are both working correctly. If the tag cannot be read but other tags can, then there's likely to be an issue with that one individual tag. If none of your tags can be read, then it's worth contacting ShotScope directly, as there may be an issue with the strap which will prevent all shots from being tracked on the golf course. Tip number 5, switch to manual putting mode for counterbalanced grips. My final tip is for those of you who have a counterbalanced putter or use the arm lock putting style. If you own a counterbalanced putter grip, then there's a chance that you'll be unable to screw the ShotScope putter tag into the end of the grip due to the weight that's probably already screwed in. As a workaround, you can cut the screw off of the ShotScope tag and either glue or use 3M tape to attach it to the grip. Alternatively, you can buy a pack of putter tags from ShotScope which are pre-cut and come with tape. If you're thinking of buying from ShotScope, then I've put my exclusive 15% ShotScope discount code and product link in the description below, which can be used on all ShotScope products, including accessories like these replacement tags, charging cables and V5 straps, so be sure to check those out. Now, for those of you who are a little more reluctant to test your DIY skills on your tags, then you can actually enable manual putting mode within the watch settings menu before you begin your round. This mode allows you to manually record the location of each putt until you have holed out on the green. You can then collect the location of the pin so that your putting data is still as accurate as possible. As well as being useful for putters with counterbalance grips, manual putting is also recommended for those of you who may putt cack-handed or use an arm lock grip, as the distance between your V5 strap and your putter tag will likely be too great to track each putting stroke. It's worth mentioning, however, that contrary to popular belief on many ShotScope forums, using manual putting does not offer any benefits over automatic putting in terms of GPS accuracy. Therefore, if you can use automatic putting mode with your V5, then you probably should do, unless you want to give yourself more work on the greens. So there you have it, 5 quick and easy tips to help you get the most out of your ShotScope V5 golf watch on the golf course. If you enjoyed this video, then please do remember to hit that like button and to subscribe to the channel so that you're notified about any future video releases. Next up, if you want to learn how to properly edit your rounds so that your performance statistics are as accurate as possible, then be sure to check out my full ShotScope editing tutorial here.